In this video, we're going to look at how Lou Williams played in his return to action in the bubble. We're going to start off with a little bit of a broken play here because in some semblance that's what Lou Williams tends to thrive at in the NBA. Here Kawhi Leonard has the ball, JaMychal Green is open on the wing, and as the pass is made, you're going to see Frank Kaminsky come out, and JaMychal Green's going to swing kick it to the corner to Lou Williams, who does get a solid look from the corner, and Lou Williams is a great spot-up shooter. He misses, but these are good shots for Lou Williams. Lou likes to run, drag, pick, and rolls, and what that means is when JaMychal Green comes up to set the screen, Lou Williams is going to dribble drag the defender and get to the big man and make a behind-the-back pass to JaMychal Green, who gets a wide-open three. These are great shots, and Lou Williams is very adept at making behind-the-back passes up the wing. Another area Lou Williams is good at is attacking bigs off of drive action. Here, Frank Kaminsky's planted hard on his right foot. His weight is balanced in the wrong direction. Lou Williams is going to take him off the dribble, draw contact, finish through it, and lay it up and in. Lou Williams really is a very good player at attacking off the dribble. And here on this play, as the ball is eventually going to make its way back to the top, and it's Lou Williams against Devin Carter here. JaMychal Green's going to run up to set his screen, and what this does is allows Lou Williams to get one-on-one against Cam Johnson. As he ends up dribbling, he's going to lull Johnson to sleep with a left-to-right crossover, going right down the right elbow. He leans into Johnson to draw the contact. He doesn't get the foul, but he extends really well on this layup attempt. He doesn't make it, but these are good shots, and you like the scrappiness by Lou Williams after the miss. Lou Williams really is an adept playmaker out of pick-and-roll settings as a ball handler, and usually it's with JaMychal Green or with Montrezl Harrell on the roll, as Green usually is the popper. Here we're going to see him do it with Patrick Patterson, so it's a similar principle with him and Green. The ball denial by Devin Carter here forces the action to start later, so as the ball comes to Williams, Patterson runs up to slip the screen and pop to the arc. Williams dribble drags and feathers this pass perfectly to Patterson, who's going to spot up from the wing. It's a good shot, and these are the types of looks that you do want to get your stretch bigs. So this is a good job by Lou Williams. This is just absolute patent Lou Williams to a T. This is his money shot in the NBA. No one else really does this like him. He sets a nice little guard ball screen. He loves to do that. The Clippers love to use him for that. JaMychal Green sets a screen on Ricky Rubio. This gets Lou Williams one-on-one with Dario Saric. Williams going to snake back to his left. Saric's weight is leaning the wrong way. Williams pulls up, fading left. It's his GOAT shot, and he knocks it in. It's crazy to say Lou Williams was passive on a play, but you're about to see that on this one. He sets an off-ball screen a little bit for Paul George. Paul George is going to run up and get a screen from Ivica Zubac, and as George goes to make this pass, Williams' defender tags the roll man, which is Zubac, so George is going to hit Williams on the wing. He's wide open. He should absolutely 100% take the shot, but he passes it up, gets it to Paul George. This is not as good of a look as Lou Williams had, but George is so good he knocks it down. Lou should have taken the other shot. Sometimes miscommunications happen here. Lou Williams thinks Paul George is going over the top of the screen, so he passes there. But George's defender overplays that. George goes under, and it's a turnover. This is a play where one mistake compounds an entire sequence of events. Lou Williams is getting hounded by Devin Carter, who's a very tenacious on-ball defender. And what we're going to end up seeing is Lou Williams goes to jump to pass, and Devin Carter does a great job. He gets a hand on the ball, but Lou Williams is going to exacerbate the problem. He leaps up and tries to tip this ball to Shamet rather than grabbing it and coming down. And this is going to lead to a defensive possession, but we're going to keep it on here because this started on the offensive end. As the ball goes up from Carter, Williams is caught looking at it, which is fine, but he doesn't get out to actually box anybody out. Rebound comes, it's corralled, Saric gets it, he gets fouled. We were talking earlier about how Lou Williams loves to go behind the back on passes. Here you go. JaMychal Green screens Devin Carter. Lou Williams is going to drag against the big man. Behind the back pass. JaMychal Green's going to be wide open. Carter gives a solid but not really good contest on this, and Green gets an open look and he misses, but it's a great shot to get. This is a fantastic play all around by several members of the Clippers. Here, we actually see something the Clippers used to run a lot with Chris Paul, Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan. Double high screen. It allows the ball handler to go whichever way he wants. But when Phoenix tries to overplay this with Sarge, George expertly navigates and slices through. And as he goes to pass, the ball will get deflected, but he's trying to hit Lou Williams on the wing. Williams is going to corral it, gather, hard jab step with his right foot against Javon Carter. This gets Carter to flip his hips, and Lou Williams has a driving lane to the right, which he takes. He then gathers at the elbow. Sarge does not give a good enough contest, and Lou Williams lays it up and in. This is a problem for Lou Williams at times. He does get a tad aggressive on some shots you don't like. Screen by JaMychal Green gets downhill. Sarge is the lone helper. Williams tries to shot fake him to kind of get him to leave his feet and maybe draw a foul. Doesn't work, so Williams kicks it back out. He's going to get the ball in the wing against Mikal Bridges, who is a good defender, and Williams just settles. 12 on the shot clock, settles for this three. You don't like this shot. With Lou Williams, you always have to talk about the defensive side of the floor. It's only fair. Yes, it is a weakness for him, but it is something the Clippers do have to navigate in both the seeding games and potential playoff games. You need to look at it. As the shot goes up, Lou Williams looks at Mikal Bridges in the corner. That's his guy. He's got to box him out. And he tries to, but it's a very weak box out attempt. Bridges just simply runs around him, gets to the ball before anybody else does. And the Suns do get a three-point attempt. It's not a great look, but they get one. And this could have really backfired for the Clippers just because Lou Williams didn't adequately box out. He has to do better on this. Situational awareness, spatial awareness. These are things that Lou Williams absolutely has to get better at defensively. I know he's a vet. I know he's been in the NBA a long time, but he has to. As we're going to see here, he's going to end up touching DeAndre Ayton. He knows Ayton's right there. His man is in the corner. You cannot let the man that you just touched screen you and force you away from actually helping on the corner, and that's exactly what happens. Ayton gets between Williams and his man in the corner. When the pass is made, Ayton screens him. It's simple. Mikal Bridges is wide open for a three, and he knocks it down. This is a play where Lou Williams does good and bad things, and he isn't the only one to blame. Here, he helps and shuts off the baseline pass to the corner. He retreats to his guy on the wing, but he's too upright, and this allows a driving lane by Cam Payne, and Williams is blown by with relative ease. As Payne goes up, Landry Shamet loses sight of Devin Booker. It's a pass. It's a layup. This is no bueno. When we talk about the Clippers' championship hopes, some of it pins on Lou Williams. Here, he touches Marcus Morris to tell him to take Devin Booker. Screen happens by Kaminsky, and this is going to force a switch with Williams on Booker. And Booker even recognizes, he's like, hey, let me take him. They're going to clear out that side. Booker versus Williams. Booker's going to post him up. And this little action right there, that bump, forces Williams back a staggeringly long distance. And this creates havoc for the Clippers. Landry Shamet comes over to help. Well, now the team has to rotate, and you got to be on point. First pass, Morris gets there. Second pass comes to the wing. It's an open three. Shamet can't contest it well enough, but it is missed, and the Clippers catch a break. Awareness, attentiveness, they all matter. Here, Lou Williams is going to actually motion to Marcus Morris that he's going to go take and double team on the perimeter. So he motions to Morris, and then he goes and does it. He comes up in doubles with Kawhi Leonard against Devin Booker, and they adequately force the ball out of Booker's hands. Well, now Williams has to retreat and get on people, but he doesn't. He lets Dario Saric face cut him right to the basket. This could have been a passing lane. Williams is just jogging around, and as the shot goes up, Kaminsky face cuts Williams again, and this time Williams actually gets boxed out by Kaminsky, and the Clippers catch a break that this putback by Kaminsky does not go in. It could have been worse. Final play. Good and bad happens here. As we're going to see, the Suns are trying to run their action for their players here in the paint, and Cam Johnson's going to try to slide up, but just notice Lou Williams, look where he is. He's supposed to slide out with Javon Carter, but he notices on the catch by Johnson that he should help in the paint, and he does. This is a smart play. He even gives a semi-decent contest here. It's not great, but he contested okay, forces the miss, but he doesn't get the rebound. He doesn't box out, and then he compounds matters by fouling, and it's an and one. Lou Williams' return game had warts, and it did have some bright spots.